Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm on my lunch break. For those of you who are concerned if I'm working or not, I'm on lunch break. I get an hour. But over the last few days, I have been hearing this reoccurring theme, and I was like, what is going on? And I heard in the spiritual realm a metamorphosis is taking place. So I had to instantly I said, oh, I got to talk on this. I have to let the people know what is happening. Um, there's a lot of talk about removing dead things and taking off dead things and becoming new, right? So I have a friend that made a post earlier in our group, and he was talking about pruning his plant and how it had begun to have dead leaves, and how he had to prune and take those dead leaves off, and how now the plant is thriving even better than before. And he showed us a picture of the plant and showed us its growth. And I had to get on because that's what's happening to a lot of people right now. So I don't know if you had a chance to watch my video release on early Sunday morning, but it was in regards to the same thing. It's a metamorphosis taking place, which means some things have got to fall off, right? And it was instantly confirmed by, for those of you who know Minister Felicia from Salvation and Praise, Minister Felicia Dixon. And she made this post of how on her job she had to, they were asked to give out candy, and she dressed up as a butterfly. And I was like, wow, that is it. Um, People are changing, metaphorically, people are changing into butterflies. People have been caterpillars, people have been worms, they've been eating the lowliness of the ground, they've been eating the things and struggling. Because, an inchworm, literally crawls by inch. Like, a lot of people have been doing that. And a lot of people have been like in this space of what's happening. I'm going through all this turmoil, and for some people they'll say it's a birthing taking place. Well, we know that all changes are not comfortable. There's no change ever in history that is comfortable, but it is changing, and a lot of us are experiencing a metamorphosis, which I want to give y'all the definition for. Metamorphosis, according to Merriam-Webster, means a change of physical form, structure, or substance, especially by supernatural means, a striking alteration in appearance, character, or circumstances. And I think it's important for us to all recognize that this means that this is something ordained by God. Everybody is having a change that has been ordained by God. It's a supernatural occurrence that's happening. So, of course, if you're feeling uncomfortable at this time, know that God has His hands in it, and that He is literally changing your situation, whatever that situation is, whatever that uncomfortable situation is. You're about to become something new that you're not even going to recognize your own self. And I've heard this on multiple platforms from different speakers from different all walks of life. But to actually see it, like I am in this, I'm sorry, that's my dog if you hear this noise. I have literally been seeing people talk about moving on from things, getting better from situations, to just look at what's happening right now with our weather. If you look outside, like I'm looking at a tree right now, and its leaves are turning from green to brown and the yellows. But we also know that by next year, this same tree that has just gone through a pruning process is going to blossom again. So that means that there's some things that have to fall off that is no longer serving its purpose for you. So and that's including people. If people are starting to fall off from you, that means that your season with that person is up. Like I have a friend named Kenya. She used to tell us all the time. She said she don't worry about friendships that die because that means that person's time in her life was up, and that they're on moving on to better and big things. It doesn't discount like the 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 relationships that you have had, but it just means that people move on because the direction that I'm heading in may not be the direction that you're heading in. And so a lot of that is a shifting, it's a mental shift. But again, a metamorphosis is a supernatural occurrence, means that you don't have control over how this change is taking place. This change is going to take place whether you want to or not. You can try to fight it all you want to, but it's happening. Um, and I think it's important for everybody to know that because literally across the world, things are happening. Yes. So my friend, she's not my friend. That's my sister. Uh, she was like friends and family members, no love lost. We just going in different directions, and that's the truth. Like there isn't any love loss. It's just that like we can't do what we used to do when we were 8, 9, and 10. 16, 17, 18, 22, 23, 24. Baby, I am 37 years old. I am looking at 40 in a few years. So, babe, I can't act like I was a teenager because these bones, this body feels and operates differently. So I have to learn how to uh, move according to how this body is now acting. And so that's what a lot of you are going to go through or are going through right now. This newness that you're coming into, you're going to have to learn how to talk differently, move differently, act differently, think differently, invest differently. Everything that you have known up until this point of your life, you got to relearn it because the person that you're becoming, this new person, is not going to be the same. And people are going to recognize that. You listen, this is what I'm hearing right now. Some people think that they have haters now. Wait till they get into this new them because people are going to start going to show their real colors. People are going to start really hating you just for being who you are authentically. And the fact that they can't control that, the fact that they, like I just said, even if you wanted to fight this change, you can't because it's something supernatural. It's beyond your control. So even when the people start to hate on you even more, and they don't know why, they just realize that they have this disdain for you, there's nothing that they can do about it because it's even out of their control. But what I will ask you to do is to keep pushing forward. Yes, peacock colors. um, because you what you have to do is like you have to just keep on living and keep on progressing. Never let anybody stop your progression. Never let anything hinder your progression, no matter what it is. And like yes, Alicia. And it's funny because even with the talk that me and you had, and me and Alicia had a talk the other day about pushing through. If anyone doesn't know, she is my upline for Mary Kay, and we were talking, and she always sends encouraging messages. But one of the things that I've noticed is that even and I'm at the very start of this, right? But pushing forward and continuing on, people can't stop your growth. You control that. Yes, Lala, I see you. They can't stand the energy, right? People can't stand when you make up in your mind that you're going to continue your growth, that you're going to continue progressing no matter of all the naysayers who don't control your future. That's something between you and God, right? And God wants you to live intentionally and purposefully, And faithfully, which faithfully speaking and faithfully living means whenever somebody talk against you, whenever somebody try to do a physical block, that you continue to press forward for the mark that you set forth that you want to do anyway. Because what you're going to do is show God that, hey, I know that I feel stunted right now, but I'm going to keep pushing forward. And the fact that I know that you're behind me means that you have something for me. And that whole entire time you were in that worm body, you were inching your way up closer to the mark. And when you get to that mark that you think that you're doing, God will take you and literally change you. And right before the presence of your enemies, set a table before you in the presence of your enemies, and allow them to see that all they did was put fire behind you to push you to the real mark, this new change that's going to take place in your life. And when you finish changing, when you finish metamorphosizing into this new you, this new being, um, you're going to be untouchable, basically. Because what's going to happen is people are going to try to do things to you, and you're just going to look and be like, "Oh, you still doing that? I'm over here now." You still trying to stop my money flow, but you can stop it over here. But you forgot I have north, east, and south to work with. You can keep the west, because all I got to do is turn my back to you, and I got a whole new section. And so I just wanted to come up and tell everyone, like, just go with the flow. um Last year, I didn't realize what was happening to me after the loss of my father. I really was in a stuck position, but all I heard was trust the process, keep going. And I can honestly say that over a year and a half now, um, I am seeing this new me. I'm seeing this new drive. Um, I am seeing a different mindset. I am seeing a different push for me. And yes, I was joking about my knees earlier, um, because of my age or whatever. But even with that, I'm learning how to exercise and move differently and eat differently, so that my new body, my new mindset, and my new uh, drive all align. Because I don't need my physical health to that's my dog. I guess she's agreeing with me. I don't need my physical health to hey Michaela, I don't need my physical health to hinder my progression, because I didn't take care of it. So you got to take care of your mind, body, and your soul all at once, so that everything is in alignment, so that when you move, there's nothing hindering you from your move. um Yes. So Alicia just said the mission is not to know how, but when. Exactly. It's not how you move, but when you move. Because, like I said, like when you get your mindset right that you want to change, then what happens is everything that happens in your mind, your physical body starts to do that. So think about depression for a second. When somebody gets depressed, and I can say this because when I was younger, I used to get depressed a lot. Whenever I would get depressed, my body temperature would change. I would get cold. I would physically feel cold. But the minute I start getting happy, my temperature will rise. And so that lets me know that whatever your mindset is, when you get your mental and your mindset straight, and on the straight and narrow, and how it needs to be, so you can progress, your body instantly falls in line with that. And then your movements will go start to align with what you're saying and what you're thinking. And then everything else that follows it follows behind it. And so if your mind is on God, and God is teaching you how to redo things, changing your mindset, the way you speak and the way you move, and you start to mentally head in that same direction, your body's got to follow in that same direction, and everything that you touch has to go that same way, and God will always lead you to blessings. Yes. What a man thinketh, so shall he be. Yes. And so It's like we have to change our mindset. And even if you don't see your change right now, if you don't see what's happening right now, and you just turned in, I promise you, give it give it time. When that seed officially grows, when it finishes its process of growing, give it time, and you're going to start to notice a change in you that you didn't even know was possible for yourself. And get ready to start. People, places, and things will fall away from you. And I say places because it may be a hangout spot that you normally go to, or some place that you frequent. But then all of a sudden, it's like I don't feel like going there. I feel like I need to go somewhere else. And you find somewhere else to go, and in that place, you see the people in your life that where you want to be. They are already there to meet you. They are already there to say, okay, um, we welcome you because we don't know where you're from, but come here, sit at a table with us. And they begin to talk to you, and as we say in the church, minister to you, and talk to you and encourage you in ways. And you're just like, wow, I would have never known about you all had I not left this last place. That's what a metamorphosis means. It's meaning is it means that you're leaving this old place and coming into a new place in your life. And when you come to this new place in your life, that there it's all new. You have to learn new things all over again. You have to embrace everything that is new. And I promise you that in this new season, and I say season, but I'll even say it's more than a season, but this new chapter, there we go. This new chapter in your life is going to look so much better than the last few chapters. You just have to know and recognize what is happening, what is going on, how do you move. And oftentimes, even if you have to stop and sit and say, like, okay, Lord, where do you want me to go? How do you want me to move? 100% of the time, he's going to send somebody your way. And you know what, Alicia, I'm going to tell you this now because I don't think we even had this discussion. So right before I met Alicia, guys, or for everyone that's watching, I literally prayed and said, God, I need a door. I need a new door for finances. I need a new something. I need something that's going to, not that quick money, but to push my limits, to push me to be better, right? And I said, I need extra income. But I don't want it to be, I want it to be where I can work on my own terms. I don't want to have to clock in somewhere and be expected to do this and expected to do that unless I'm able to, because my time is jam packed. I do a lot in the community as well as for work. So I'm like, I gotta find that thing. So I was at my part-time job. Alicia walks up to me. She first had a question about an item, but that was like our introduction. And then she asked me, hey, have you ever thought about selling Mary Kay? And I was like, I have. And she was like, do you want to sign up today? I was like, I will. And on the spot, I signed up to be a Mary Kay independent business consultant. And here I am. Um, and it was just like, I literally just prayed this, the opportunity knocked. Yes, I'm going to walk through that door. See? And I was like, so it can come fast. Like, so whatever you put out there, it's gonna come back fast to you. It's gonna look totally different from what you thought it was gonna be. I promise you, I thought it was gonna be someone asking me to do a project, but let me working on it on my own time because right now I'm in clinical trials research. I literally thought it was gonna be something in that arena. Never knew it was gonna be Mary Kay, but here I am, and I'm gonna make it do what it do. I'm gonna help change lives, one skin cell at a time, one face at a time, however you want to put it. Sidebar: I have always been into skincare, so skincare is nothing new to me. I have always been into skincare. I get it from my mom. Um, my aunt, who's my also my godmother, also pointed that out to me. So that's nothing new. But with that change, um, I listen to what Alicia tells me, right? Because she's been in the business for a minute. um, I also make sure that I educate myself on all this new things. So that's why I was saying, when you go through this metamorphosis, you have to relearn everything, because in this new season, and you're in this new chapter. Let me stop saying season. In this new chapter in your life, you have to understand, how is it that you move different? How is it that you think differently? How is it that you see differently? How is it that you're going to speak differently? Because that all happens, that all takes into effect and an account of what your future is going to look like, of what happens after your metamorphosis is complete. Because at the completion, you shouldn't be thinking, doing, or speaking the same way that you used to in your previous life. And that's what Christianity is all about, right? It teaches you that once you connect with God, how God will change your life, and how He makes you a new creature. That is a metamorphosis. Once you go through this metamorphosis, you are a new creature. Means you have new features and accolades, and the how we do with a car, the new bells and whistles of the car, you got that too now. So hey Shayla, I'm here in Durham, I'm still in the area. But yeah, once you connect, you have to understand that with your newness and all your new bells and whistles, you got to know how to use it. You have to know how to operate in your new gifts, because I do hear and feel that there's some people that's going to have some new gifts that they didn't even know that they had, that's going to start to awaken, and you've got to learn how to use it properly, so that it can work for you, so that when God tells you, hey, I need you to operate in this area in your life, you know what you're doing. Because there's some people that are watching you unbeknownst to you, and when they see you go through this change, they're going to look at you and say, how did you do this? What sparked this change? What can I do to also have this sort of change in my life? So this metamorphosis that's taking place, this is and I've said I was going to start doing this. How does this relate to healing in the vein? Because when you metamorphosize into that area of your life where you need to be, you will be able to love differently. You will be able to speak um, positively more. And sometimes it that's all a person needs to do, is to heal, is to retrain and reprogram their mind, and reprogram the way that they speak. Because what you speak literally comes true. It comes out. It may not happen right then and there, but it comes true. And then people wonder, why am I struggling? Maybe because you probably spoke it when you weren't in the right mindset. But now that you're in your right mindset, this new metamorphosized mind, you can now reverse that curse and can speak something different over your life and over your path. So now that when you walk into it, it comes to pass, and you're not struggling no more. One thing I used to tell people, it was a period in my life, my mom kept saying, why is it that you keep getting money? I was like 8 or 9 years old. People just kept giving me money. And I told her, I said, well, I keep saying I have money. I didn't have money, but I said I have money. And all of a sudden, money started manifesting itself into my hands as a kid, now 8 or 9 years old. And I mean, this old small dollars. I mean, this was like five, tens, $20 bills. Even got $100 bill once. I said, oh, I need to start speaking this more often. But I mean, that it all takes place when your mindset changes. Thank you. I just saw your message, Alicia. Um, but yeah, so I just wanted to say, embrace this metamorphosis, embrace it, go with the flow, let the dead things fall where they fall, and walk away from it. Don't return to it, because if it's a dead situation, it's you go. It's like a relationship. Once if the relationship is over, the relationship is over. Though it's no need to cling to somebody who has moved on from you, right? Because now you look like a stalker. This person's in a whole new relationship and you still holding on to them. That's what it looks like when we hold on to dead things. So make sure that whatever that dead thing that's in your life that's fallen off, that you let it go completely, and that you walk and you push forward and you live your life in its newness, in its entirety of newness. You all be blessed. I now have to rush off to actually eat my lunch. But be blessed. And continue to think on what I said, continue to pray on it. If that was a prayer of yours, pray on that. And pray to God to help you get through your metamorphosis, because like I said earlier, change is not easy and it hurts. I know. But you all have a nice day. And until next time, I'll talk with you later.